Hey, hello leaders, and welcome to another episode of Run to Your Leadership Challenges. I'm Paul Grau Jr., and this is episode number 331, and we are covering the best of the top 12. We're doing a countdown of the top 12 episodes that were downloaded and shared from the very first year of the podcast. We hit the first year mark on February 15th. And again, this is episode 331. The reason why it's not over 365 is because I do a podcast 6 days a week, so I take Sunday off. And today we're covering number 8, the 8th most downloaded episode of the first year. And it was called Leading Older Team Members Through Communication. So we're going to cover this, and I'm going to hit the record button because this is a video version of the actual me recording the actual podcast. So you're going to see all my bloopers, my mistakes. I apologize up front, but this is real. I don't edit the videos. You get a little bit of extra value at the end. And here we go. I read kind of a scripted outline, so and I ad-lib as I go. But with that said, here we go. I hit the record button. You'll hear about 3 or 4 seconds of silence, and then we will start. Hello, leaders, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. So we're counting down the top 12 downloaded episodes of our very first year to recap the most popular topics that you wanted to hear. Today, the countdown revisits episode number 173, which was the 8th most downloaded and shared episode of the year. And it was titled Leading Older Employees Through Communication. And it primarily talked about how the different generations can communicate better in the workplace. Primarily a younger generation communicating better with an older generation, but this can work pretty much older to younger, younger to older, peer to peer, it doesn't matter. And the original episode talked a lot about the communication. Now, I'm going to go off track here a little bit today, and instead of recapping that original episode, I'm just going to cover one tip today, how you can better lead older team members. Does that sound good? So, if you want to re-listen to the original episode, I encourage you to go back and listen to episode 173. But today, here's your one tip. Build a relationship with them. That's it. Now, before you tune out and say, that's it, build a relationship, just think about that for a second though. I mean, you don't build a relationship just by saying, hey, how you doing? Passing each other in the hallway, or doing that, hey, what's up? Head nod in the hallway. No, you build a relationship by intentionally going out of your way and talking to them. When I say build a relationship, I want you to build a relationship on a much deeper level than just, hey, how you doing? Be intentional about getting to know them. Ask them about their hobbies, about what they like doing when they're not working. Ask them about their kids, their grandkids, and heck, in some older generations or some people in the work, you might even be asking them about their great grandkids. I'm not so sure about great grandkids. I'm not so sure about great grandkids, but you'll see a whole new side of them when you start asking questions like this. If all you talk about at work is work all the time, man, you're going to learn a lot about. If all you talk about is work all the time, man, you got a lot to learn about leading people. And to tell you the truth, I screwed up a large part of my early career by being focused too much on the job and not the people. I was focused on getting the job done perfectly, and I missed a huge part of the team, and that was the relationship part. And looking back, that's the most important part by far. So I'm here to tell you the best way to lead older team members, and any generation for that matter, is to be intentional about building a real relationship with them. Have quality conversations and take a real interest in them. Do this and your life will change for the better. I'll guarantee it. Hey, that's it for today. Please be sure to join us tomorrow as we continue our countdown to the #1 most popular episode from our first year. If you like this show, please hit the share button so your friends can listen as well. And if you want a little extra value each day, check out the unedited video on our YouTube channel. And if you want a little extra value each day, check out the unedited video version on our YouTube channel, Current Leadership Coaching. Hey, I appreciate you for listening. Have a great rest of your day. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges. All right, I hit the stop button. So I'm done with that. I'll go back and record that and crunch it down to about 2.5, 3 minutes. But you get some extra value here since you're tuning in on the video. And I know as I'm recording these, there's like nobody listening. So I'm kind of talking to myself here. But you know what? The good thing is when nobody's listening, nobody's critiquing, and nobody's seeing how bad these really are at times. Because there's some episodes that I screw up like every line and I go back and go back and go back. But anyway, some extra value. You know, today I didn't really get back into the original episode of, reaching out and getting to know them and doing this and doing that and different communication styles. But when it comes right down to it, when you start building a real relationship with your coworkers and other people on your team, it opens the door for so many different attitudes. You know, now they're not just a bad attitude, or they're not just that old person over there, or they're not just that young person over there. Now they're a person and you know about them. You know about what they do when they leave the door at the end of the day. You know what they were going through probably in the morning before they got to work. Maybe they got a baby at home with colic. Maybe the older employees have a spouse that, they have to help out of bed and they have to do all this. Until we get to know our people behind their work faces, we don't know our people at all. So today's challenge is just be intentional about starting to build relationships with your team members. That's it. Build relationships. And don't make the mistake that I made of being focused on work 24/7. All right? And especially like all the time you're at work, don't focus on work all the time. Focus more on your people. They'll take care of the work, believe me, and they'll respect you a lot more for it. I lost a lot of respect when I was a younger leader. And even when I was an older leader, sometimes you get so focused on the grind and productivity and getting things done, and we lose sight of the most important resource we have, and that's our people. So be intentional. Build relationships, get to know your people, and man, it's going to change your life. That's it for today. Come back tomorrow for the number 7th. I think we're on number 7, right? We'll talk about the 7th most popular downloaded episode of our first year tomorrow. So be sure to join us. It'll be the weekend edition. So come on back and listen then, or I'll see you then. And until then, you know what to do. Run to your challenges.